Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. Today we are just going to continue with exercise 3.4. But before we go to exercise 3.4, let us have a small recap of the trigonometric identities that we have seen in the previous classes. So what were the trigonometric identities that we have seen? We have seen cos of alpha plus beta, cos of alpha minus beta, sine of alpha plus beta, sine of alpha minus beta, tan of alpha plus beta and tan of alpha minus beta. Okay children, so we have many more identities to go with. So just for exercise 3.4 you are going to deal with the 6 identities. Okay children, so let's see what is the identity for cos of alpha plus beta. What is the answer? You have to remember that when you have cos, you have going to take cos together and sine together, and the sign will change. If you have a plus sign, means the main sign will become minus over here. So what is the identity? It is cos alpha, cos beta. The plus will change to minus, sin alpha, sin beta. So what is the identity for cos alpha plus beta? It's cos alpha, cos beta minus sin alpha, sin beta. Okay, coming to the next identity, it is cos of alpha minus beta. Alpha minus beta. So it's a cos. So you are going to write down here cos alpha, cos beta. Minus will change to plus, sin alpha, sin beta. Are you clear with this children? Okay, now coming to the third identity, sine of alpha plus beta. Sine, remember when you are dealing with sine, the sign is going to remain the same. Okay, when you are taking sine, you will have two things together, two functions will come together. Like you have sine alpha cos beta, the sign is going to remain the same. So this is plus cos alpha sin beta. Sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Coming to sin alpha minus beta, again everything remains the same. Sin alpha cos beta, and you have to just change the sign. Here you have the sign as minus, so this is minus cos alpha sin beta. Are you clear children? Now tan alpha plus beta, this is tan alpha plus tan beta upon, we have taken plus in the numerator part, so you have minus in the denominator part. So 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta. This is the formula for tan alpha plus beta. Now let's go for the last identity that we have seen. It's tan alpha minus beta. I'll be just continuing over here. What is tan alpha minus beta? Tan of alpha minus beta is equal to tan alpha minus tan beta. So we have taken minus in the numerator part, so we'll have plus in the denominator part. 1 plus tan alpha into tan beta. Are you clear children? So this were the identities that we have seen in our previous classes. What is cos alpha plus beta? Cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. Cos alpha minus beta, cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. Sin alpha plus beta, sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Sin alpha minus beta, sin alpha cos beta minus cos alpha sin beta. Tan alpha plus beta, tan alpha plus tan beta upon 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta. And tan alpha minus beta is tan alpha minus tan beta upon 1 plus tan alpha into tan beta. Okay children, okay, now let's start with today's class. So take down your classwork children, take down your classwork, write on today's date, and we are going to continue with sum number 8. So write down the 8th question. Expand cos of a plus b plus c, hence prove that cos a cos b cos c is equal to sin a sin b cos c plus sin b sin c cos a plus sin c sin a cos b if a plus b plus c is equal to pi by 2. So they have given a condition for a plus b plus c. That's when you add all the three angles, you're going to get the answer as pi by 2. So write down question number 8. So you have to expand cos of a plus b plus c. and you have to prove that they have given a condition and we have to show that condition. Okay, children? Write down the questions. Have you taken on the question, children? Okay, let's start with the sum. Now let's see what is given to us. They have given that a plus b plus c is equal to pi by 2. So mention here given a plus b plus c is equal to pi by 2. This is given to us. So what will be the value for cos of a plus b plus c? A plus b plus c is pi by 2. So I'm going to find out the value for cos of a plus b plus c. So this will be equal to, so therefore, cos of a plus b plus c is equal to cos of pi by 2. What is the value for cos of pi by 2? What is the value for cos 90? Just remember we have written 0, half, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2, 1. Then here 1, root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2 and 0. So what is cos 90? Cos 90 is 0. What is the value for cos pi by 2? It's 0. So put here, therefore, cos of a plus b plus c is equal to 0. Okay, children, so we have found the value for cos of a plus b plus c, which is equal to 0. But here they are saying hence prove. So hence prove means you are just going to use this property also and you are going to show the particular condition. They have given you one condition. So I'm just going to take this part. That is, I'm going to take cos of a plus b plus c and I'm just going to try out what is being given us to prove. Let's start with the work. Come on, let's see how can we prove the given part. Write down. Put here cos of a plus b plus c is equal to. So are you clear with this part, children? This was given to you and this is the condition that we get from the given part, that is a plus b plus c is pi by 2. So what we have done, we have replaced the a plus b plus c as pi by 2 and I know the value for pi by 2, that is cos of pi by 2 is 0. So I get the value for cos of a plus b plus c is equal to 0. This is done. But here the sum is being not completed over here. They have asked you to prove a case. What is the thing that you have to prove? You have to show that cos a cos b cos c is equal to sin a sin b cos c plus sin b sin c cos a plus sin c sin a cos b if a plus b plus c is equal to pi by 2. They have already given the condition. So we have used a condition and we have proved one of the part. That is, we have showed the value for cos of a plus b plus c. Now we are just going to derive the proof part. So I am just going to consider cos of a plus b plus c. But I just don't know the value or I don't know the formula for 3 angles. So what I am going to do is, I am going to consider the first 2 angles as a single angle. Are you getting my point, children? So I am just going to consider this a plus b as alpha. So this will be alpha and this part will be taken as beta. Are you getting my point, children? Because we have only studied the identities for cos of alpha plus beta, dealing with 2 angles. So here we have 3, a, b, c. So you have to consider a plus b as alpha and take c as beta. Are you getting my point, children? Okay, so now we are going to apply the formula. So what is the formula for cos alpha plus beta? Let us write down over here. So cos of alpha plus beta is cos alpha cos beta. The plus will change to minus sin alpha sin beta. Okay, children. So now what is alpha here? The alpha is a plus b. You are going to take a plus b together. So this will be equal to cos of a plus b. Are you clear, children? Cos beta. What is cos beta? That's c. So put here cos of c completed minus sin alpha. What is alpha we have taken? We have taken alpha as a plus b. So sin of a plus b. Sin c. What is beta? It's c. Are you clear with this step, children? So we are just applying the identity. But instead of 2, we are being given with 3 angles. So what I am going to do, we are just going to take the first 2 as a single angle. So a plus b will be considered as alpha and c will be considered as beta. You get cos a plus b, cos c, that is cos alpha cos beta minus sine alpha sine beta. Okay, now this is a simple expansion. We can use the identity over here. Yes, this is for two angles A plus B. So I'm just going to use the formula once again. So this is equal to, what is this? Cos of A plus B. So you get cos A cos B minus sine A sine B, and what is left here? Cos C. Are you getting my point, children? So we are not doing the, or we are not taking the angles, three angles directly. Instead of that, we are taking the first two angles as a single angle, and we are treating them as alpha and beta. Then when we simplify, then you get a two angle over here. Then again you are going to use a identity. So I get cos A cos B minus sin A sin B into cos C. Come on, I'm just going to follow the same method for the next term also. The sign is minus, so just keep the sign as minus. I'll use a bracket over here. Sin A plus B. What is the formula for sin alpha plus beta? It's sin alpha cos beta. It is a sine, so the sign will remain the same, plus cos alpha sin beta. Sin of alpha plus beta, sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. So just find out the identity for sin of A plus B. So here in place of alpha you have A, in place of beta you have B. So write down here sin A cos B, sin A cos B, alpha is A, beta is B, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B into sin C. That's what is left over here. Is this step clear to you? Very simple thing. Okay. Now I'm just going to open the bracket because you have C multiplied to the bracket. Again you have your sin C multiplied to these two terms. So let's open the bracket. So what you get here? This is cos A cos B into cos C. Cos A cos B cos C. Children, when you write down the terms, be careful. Do not miss out any terms. Okay children? Because here we are dealing with more terms. So when you just write down the steps, be careful. Check your steps once again. So you have cos A into cos B into cos C. Okay, done. Now this is minus. So I get minus sin A sin B cos C. What I get here? Sin A sin B cos C. Okay, now let's come to the next one. Now this is minus of sin A cos B and sin C. Minus sin A cos B sin C. Very simple thing. Sin A cos B is already present. You're going to multiply with sin C. Okay, next. Minus into plus will give you minus. What is here? Cos A sin B sin C. Cos A sin B sin C. Just expansion of the brackets, that's all. Cos A cos B into cos C gives you cos A cos B cos C minus sin A sin B cos C minus sin A cos B sin C, minus into plus gives you minus cos A sin B sin C. We have just expanded, and also you can just write down here, we have written cos of A plus B plus C, and I know the value for cos of A plus B plus C. What's that, children? We have got the value as 0. So just put here 0, and here also you put 0. So put 0 is equal to, because we have found the value for cos of A plus B plus C. So put here 0 is equal to, and put here 0 is equal to. Okay. So now we are just going to arrange the terms in the way that we have to prove. So what was the thing that we have to prove? I'll just write down on the top what was to prove. Okay children. So to prove, you don't write, this is just for this is just for me. Okay children, do not write on this point. So we have to show cos A cos B cos C is equal to sin A sin B cos C. Sin A sin B cos C. Okay, then Sin B sin C cos A. Sin B sin C cos A plus sin C sin A cos B. Sin C sin A cos B. Okay. So I have to bring in this particular format. Okay. So just see here, cos A, cos B, cos C. This is a positive term, and we have the remaining term all as a negative term. This is minus sin A sin B cos C, minus sin A cos B sin C. This is minus cos A sin B sin C. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to bring the negative terms to the LHS side. So when I bring the negative term from RHS to the LHS, it will turn to be positive. The minus will change to plus. Yes. So let me do the shifting. So I'll get therefore sin A sin B cos C. This is just for me, not for you people. Do not write down this step. So I get sin A sin B cos C. Okay, this I have brought one negative term to the LHS part. Let me bring the next one. So minus will turn to plus. You get here plus sin A cos B sin C. What I get here, this minus will turn to plus. So I'll get sin A cos B sin C. Okay, now this is again a minus term. I'm going to bring it to the LHS side. So I'll get here plus cos A sin B sin C. Okay, so I have shifted all the negative term from RHS to the LHS side. I have got a positive. All the terms are now positive. So what is left now here? This is cos A, cos B, cos C. Yeah. Let us check whether we have all the terms with us. Sin A, sin B, cos C. Sin A, sin B, cos C. Yes. So we have this term. Okay, done. Next. Sin A, cos B, sin C. Yes, we have here. Sin A, cos B, sin C. We have that term also. Okay, done. Next, cos A, sin B, sin C. Yes, we have that term also. And this is equal to cos A, cos B, cos C. That's all. Yes, children. Done. You can say, hence proved. So we have proved. So sin A, sin B, cos C plus sin A, cos B, sin C plus cos A, sin B, sin C is equal to cos A, cos B, cos C. Okay, children. So we have completed our sum number 8. Are you clear with this sum, children? So here they have given you 3 angles. We cannot solve the 3 angles together. That is, we don't know the identity for 3 angles. So what you do is, you have to take the first 2 as a single angle, and then you can get a next step, and in the second step you are going to use the identity again, and you are going to get the answer. Are you getting the point, children? So very simple thing, just try it. Now we have completed sum number 9. Yeah, I have told you to complete 9, 11, 12 and 13. Yes, children? So 9, 11, 12 and 13 was your homework. So we have to do now the 10th sum. So take down the 10th sum now. Copy down the 10th question. Let's take down the next question. It is sum number 10. Already 9th sum you have done as homework. So we are going to continue with sum number 10. Here on the question. What's the question? If A cos x plus y is equal to B cos x minus y, show that A plus B tan x is equal to A minus B cot y. So this type of questions are important questions, and this type of questions will be asked for 3 mark questions, 2 or 3 mark questions. Okay, children? Now, let's write down what is given and let's write down what to show. Write down here given A cos x plus y, A cos of x plus y is equal to B cos of x minus y. So this is given to us. A cos of x plus y is equal to B cos of x minus y is given to us, and what you are going to show. to show a plus b tan x is equal to a minus b cot y. So you have to show a plus b tan x is equal to a minus b cot y. Okay, children. So what was given to us? A cos of x plus y is equal to b cos x minus y is given to us. And what we have to show? We have to show that a plus b tan x is equal to a minus b cot y. So we are going to start our sum with a given part. So let's write on the proof part over here. Write on a cos of x plus y is equal to b cos of x minus y. This is a given thing. So I just know the identity for cos of x plus y, and also I know the identity for cos x minus y. Come on children, you are going to do this step. A, I am just writing down A. You have to write down the identity for cos of x plus y. Do it. And also you have to write down the identity for cos of x minus y. Come on, do the step. Okay. Have you written the identities? Very easy. I hope all of you are thorough with the 6 identities. Everyone will be able to answer all the 6 identities. Yes, children? Yes, good. So now what is cos of x plus y? Yeah, it's cos x, cos y. When you have cos, you have to take cos together, sin together. Now this is plus sign, so it will turn to minus. Okay, done. Now we have taken cos, so what is left here? Sin. Yes, sin x, sin y. Done. So we have completed the first identity, that is a into cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. Okay children, now let's come to the second one. It's cos of x minus y. Yes, cos. So cos x cos y. This is minus, so it will change to plus sin x sin y. So I get a cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. So this is in the bracket b into cos x cos y plus sin x sin y. Okay children. So I'm just going to open the bracket here. So a into cos x cos y. So a cos x cos y. This is minus sign here. So I get minus a into sin x sin y. So a into cos x cos y minus a into sin x sin y. This is equal to b into cos x cos y. I get b cos x cos y plus, what is the sign here? Plus. So put here plus sign. B into sin x sin y. B into sin x sin y. So I get here a cos x cos y minus a sin x sin y, b cos x cos y plus b sin x sin y. Clear children? Now the thing is we have to arrange them properly. That's the thing that we have to do. So you have to arrange this here children. We want a plus b and we want a minus b. So try to bring them together. You're going to get a plus b together and you want a minus b together. So what are you going to bring here together? Just see here carefully. Just see the terms carefully children. First of all, you see the terms. This is cos x cos y term, and this is also cos x cos y term, and this is sin x sin y term, and this is also sin x sin y term. So we have same terms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the same terms together, the like terms together. So let us bring the like terms together. So I have here a cos x cos y. Okay. This is minus b. This is plus. So plus is being going to shifted from RHS to the LHS. So the plus b will become minus b. Minus b cos x cos y. Are you clear? Is this step clear to you children? So what are we going to do here? We are just bringing the like terms together. We are arranging the like terms together. So a cos x cos y. This is plus. So when plus is being shifted from RHS to LHS, it will turn to negative. So plus b will become minus b cos x cos y. Okay children, now this is equal to, I'm going to keep this b over here. So b sin x sin y. Okay, now this is minus a sin x sin y. So I'm going to shift this to the RHS side. So when minus a goes to the RHS, it will turn to, yes, positive. Good. So what do you get here? Plus a sin x sin y. Are you clear children? So this was an easy step. Yes children, you know how to expand it using the identity. Once you expand using the identity, just open the bracket and multiply it. Once you multiply it, just try to bring the like terms together. So we are just bringing the like terms together. Now done. Now try to take the common part there. So what is common here? Cos x cos y, and here also cos x cos y. So what will be left here? A is left here, and what is left here? B is left. So A minus B is left, and you're going to take cos x cos y common. So what we have done? We have taken the left out part. We are going to take cos x cos y common. So what is left? A is left here, and here minus B is left. Same way, try to take out the common here. So what is common here? Sin x sin y is common. And what is left here? B. And what is left here? Plus A. So B plus A can be written as A plus B. You know that 2 plus 3 and 3 plus 2 is going to be the same. So I just put here A plus B. You can put this A plus B term to the front also, no problem. You can put it in the front or you can put it in the back. It's not a problem. Actually, the correct way is to put it in the front. So put here A plus B sin x sin y. This looks good. So we have A minus B cos x cos y is equal to A plus B sin x sin y. Now the thing to arrange, that's the thing, we have to arrange it properly over here because we want the answer as A plus B tan x. So I want A plus B tan x. Children, see here, along with A plus B I have sin x. So that means I want here cos x. So I'm going to shift this cos x over here. Very simple thing. Now just see here children. So therefore A plus B is here. Yes, I'll take A plus B. What is along with A plus B? Sin x. So just write down sin x over here. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring the cos x to this side. So this is in the form of multiplication. So when it comes to this side, it will turn to division. So you'll get sin x upon cos x. Okay, clear? Now this is equal to. Now what is the term here? It's A minus B. Okay, now I have taken cos x. Already we have taken cos x. So what is left here? Cos y is left. So cos y, and I am going to take the sin y to this side. Sin y over here. I am going to take sin y to the LHS. So this is in the form of multiplication, and when it gets shifted, it will turn to division. So cos y upon sin y. So what I get, therefore A plus B tan x is equal to A minus B. So this is sin x upon cos x, and this is cos y upon sin y. So they are the reciprocal. See here, we have taken sin upon cos, and what is here? Cos upon sin. So they are the reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of tan? Yes, it's cot. And what is the angle used here? It's y. So we'll be writing down here A plus B tan x is equal to A minus B cot y. Hence proved. So we have proved it. Yes children? Yes, done. Very simple thing. You have to just apply the identity and you have to just follow few steps and you get your proof. Okay children, have you taken down the answers? Okay, so we have completed our sum number 10 also, and sum number 11, 12 and 13 is been done by you. Yes children, you have completed that as your homework. Now, one more homework. We have not given you any homework today. Yes children, so take down exercise 3.4 sum number 14 as your homework. You're going to complete sum number 14 as your homework. Okay, try out the sums. Okay children. Now, take down the 15th question. Take down the 15th question. Prove that sine of n plus 1 the whole theta, sine of n minus 1 the whole theta, plus cos of n plus 1 theta, cos of n minus 1 theta is equal to cos 2 theta, n belonging to z. So this is a, they have given you condition for n. N can take a positive value, n can take a negative value, or it can take a value 0. So right now, prove that sine n plus 1 theta, sine n minus 1 theta plus cos n plus 1 theta, cos n minus 1 theta is equal to cos 2 theta. This is what you have to prove. Okay, children? There are the questions. We are going to take down sum number 15. Number 15, write down to prove. It's to prove. Yes, children? Write down. To prove sine of n plus 1 theta, sine of n minus 1 theta plus cos of n minus 1 theta, cos of n plus 1 theta is equal to 2 cos n plus 1 theta, cos n minus 1 theta is equal to cos 2 theta, n belonging to z. That's no need, just write on to prove. Write down to prove. Sine of n plus 1 theta, sine n minus 1 theta plus cos n plus 1 theta, cos n minus 1 theta is equal to cos 2 theta. This is what you have to prove. Okay. Now just observe the question carefully, children. We have the answers in the question itself. This is like you are being given with the answer and you're going to find out the question. Some see actually this is like this. You are being given with the answer. You are just given with the identity and you're going to find out in which identity this is going to be. Whether it's going to be cos alpha plus beta or cos alpha minus beta or sin alpha plus beta or sin alpha minus beta. Here it cannot be tan because we don't have any tan part here. So you're going to check out this is the expansion for which one? The first four. Which identity it's going to be. So just follow the angles first of all. Okay, we are going to consider the angles over here. So we have n plus 1 theta. I'll take this as A and n minus 1 theta I'll take it as B. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take n plus 1 theta as A and I'm going to take this as that is n minus 1 as B and just say here n plus 1 theta, again the same one, n plus 1 theta. So this will be A and this will be B. Now just tell me children, this is which formula? You have sine A, sine B plus cos A, cos B. I hope you would have found it. Yes, cos A. Actually, this is given like this. Sine A, sine B plus cos A, cos B. So we can write this as cos A, cos B plus sine A, sine B. Because this is addition. Yes, children. So I can just interchange the terms. No problem. So sine A, sine B plus cos A, cos B is given. So I have just interchanged. I have just arranged as cos A, cos B plus sine A cos B. Okay. Now this is the expansion for which identity? Cos, cos. That means it is for cos. Okay. Agreed. Cos. What is the sign here? It is plus. That means when you take for cos, you have to change the sign. We change the sign. Yes, children. So the sign will be cos of A minus B. What will be this? This will be cos of A minus B. Are you getting the point, children? Are you clear with the concept? So you are just going to put the angle as A and B. So when you just put the angle as A and B, you get sin A, sin B plus cos A, cos B. So this can be arranged as cos A cos B plus sin A cos B. Sin A, sin B. Okay, children, just correct it. So you get sin A sin B. So now this is equal to what? This is equal to cos of A minus B, because we have cos cos, we have sin sin, and the main sign is plus here. So when this main sign is plus here, you have to put here minus, because when you just use the identity for cos, what we do is we just change the sign. When you have plus means you get the main sign as minus. When you have minus means you put the main sign as plus. But for sin, what happens when you are dealing with the identity for sin alpha plus beta or sin alpha minus beta? What happens is the main sign remains the same. If you have plus, there is A plus B means the main sign will be plus there, the answer part. Again, when you use minus, the main sign will be minus. When you are dealing with a sine function, the main sign remains the same. So, are you clear with the step, children? Okay. Now, let us go with the sum. So, write down here, assume n plus 1 theta is equal to A, n minus 1 theta is equal to B. Assume n plus 1 theta is equal to A, n minus 1 theta is equal to B. Okay, so what do you get here? So therefore, okay, now you write down here. Therefore, LHS is equal to, what is LHS first of all? Sine n plus 1 theta sine n minus 1 theta plus cos n plus 1 theta cos n minus 1 theta. So this is the LHS part. Sine n plus 1 theta sine n minus 1 theta plus cos n plus 1 theta cos n minus 1 theta. So we have assumed some of the cases. We have assumed the angles as A and B. So just change the angles. You get sine A sine B plus cos A cos B. Okay. Sine A sine B cos A cos B. So this is equal to cos of A minus B. What I get? Cos of A minus B. Because this is the formula for cos of A minus B. Cos A cos B plus sin A sin B is cos of A minus B. So resubstituting A. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to substitute A and B again. So first I took n plus 1 theta as A, n minus 1 theta as B. Again I'm going to substitute the value for A and B. So what I get here, this is equal to cos of, what is A, children? N plus 1 theta minus, what is B? N minus 1 theta. Resubstituting A and B. So I get cos of n plus 1 theta minus n minus 1 theta. Okay. Now, let's open the bracket. So what do you get when you open the bracket? This is equal to cos of n into theta. Open the bracket. N into theta, n theta, 1 into theta, 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 cos n theta plus theta minus, this is minus, okay, be careful, okay, minus n into theta, minus n theta, minus minus, what is minus minus? Plus 1 into theta, theta. What do you get when you open the bracket? N into theta, n theta, 1 into theta, theta, minus n into theta, n theta, minus minus plus. So you get here plus theta. Okay. Now, so n theta and n theta gets cancelled. This is plus n theta, this is minus n theta. So what is left here? Theta plus theta. That's 2 theta. So you write down here cos of 2 theta. This is equal to RHS. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. Hence, true. So LHS is equal to RHS. henceforth. So we have completed our sum number 15. Are you clear, children? We're just going slow. We just understand the concept clearly. Okay. Coming to the next question. Write down sum number 16. Before I go to sum number 16, I'll just give you some homework, some children. Sum number 17 I'll be doing, okay? 17, 18 I'll do. Your homework is try out sum number 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24. We're going to try out 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sums. These are all based on identities. And just don't say that we ma'am has given us 6 sums. No, some sums are very like 2 steps or 3 steps only. So sum number 20 only 2 steps. Then sum number 21 again you have 2 3 steps only. So just do it, okay children? Just you have to use your identities and you have to get the answer. So just try out the sum. So your homework is 14th sum, 20th sum, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. The remaining will be done by me. The remaining sums I will be doing in the class. Have you noted the homework questions? So sum number 14, sum number 20, sum number 21, sum number 22, 23 and 24. Okay, let's continue with sum number 16. Here on the 16th question. Are you clear with this part, children? Okay. Copy down the 16th question. If x cos theta is equal to y cos of theta plus 2 pi by 3 is equal to z cos of theta plus 4 pi by 3, find the value of xy plus yz plus zx. So write down what is given. So let's write down what to do and what to find. So 16th sum given x cos theta, this is equal to y cos of theta plus 2 pi by 3. Theta plus 2 pi by 3 and this is equal to z cos of theta plus 4 pi by 3. Theta plus 4 pi by 3. And what are you going to do? You have to find the values. So write down here to find xy plus yz plus zx. This is what you have to find out. So this is given to you. Write on the given part and to find part. So given x cos theta is equal to y cos theta plus 2 pi by 3 is equal to z cos theta plus 4 pi by 3. And you have to find out the value for xy plus yz plus zx. Okay, now let's start with the work, children. So let's go with the work. So we are going to take the given part and we are going to continue our sum. Now just see in the given part, all the angles are equal. The first value is equal to the second value is equal to the third value. So what are we going to do is, we are just going to assume this as lambda. You can just take any one constant. You can take as k or you can take as any one constant here. Okay, any one constant. So I'll be just writing down here. Solution, just put here solution, here nothing to prove, yes. So put solution, write down x cos theta is equal to y cos of theta plus 2 pi by 3. So whatever is given to us, we are just going to take the given part. So x cos theta is equal to y cos theta plus 2 pi by 3. This is equal to z cos of theta plus 4 pi by 3. This is equal to lambda. Just a value because all the three values are same. So you assume it as lambda. Okay, children. Now, what are we going to do is, we are just going to take the first term and the lambda value. the second one and the lambda value, the third one and the lambda value. Come on, stay on the step. Okay, children, let's continue. So what I have told you, you are just going to compare this and the last one. Compare the second term and the last one. Compare the third one and the last term. So let's go with the next step. So what do you get here? Just see here, children. So I have told you that we are going to take the first and the lambda part. So x cos theta is equal to lambda. So what I get here, I'll be getting x cos theta is equal to lambda. So you are just going to bring this x over here. You are going to keep the answer in terms of angles. Okay. So then in terms of functions. You write on, therefore, lambda upon x is equal to cos theta. So what I get here, x cos theta is equal to lambda. Therefore, lambda upon x is equal to cos theta. So just take down this as number 1. Now, go on, just proceed the remaining things in the same manner. So what do you get here? Y cos of theta plus 2 pi by 3 is equal to lambda. I just want to keep the angle on one side. So I'll get lambda upon y is equal to cos of theta plus 2 pi by 3. Come on, children, complete the last one. Find out the value for lambda by z. Have you written? Yes, good. So what do you get here? Z cos of theta plus 4 pi by 3 is equal to lambda. So therefore I get lambda upon z is equal to cos of theta plus 4 pi by 3. Take it down as number 3. So now what are we going to do is we are just going to add 1, 2 and 3. Let's add 1, 2 and 3. That is when you add 1, 2 and 3 means you have to add the LHS and you are going to add the RHS respectively. Okay, children, let's add 1, 2 and 3. I'll just continue here. So adding 1, 2 and 3. Okay, let's do the addition part. So I get here lambda upon x. Therefore, lambda upon x plus lambda upon y plus lambda upon z is equal to cos theta plus cos of theta plus 2 pi by 3 plus cos of theta plus cos of theta plus 4 pi by 3. So I have just added. You try to write down the statement in one line. Okay, children? I have just used 2 lines. You try to write it in single line. So lambda by x plus lambda by y plus lambda by z is equal to cos theta plus cos of theta plus 2 pi by 3 plus cos of theta plus 4 pi by 3. Okay, now here we have the angles in terms of radians. Yes, pi by 3. I don't want the answer in radians. I just try to put it in degree form. So what is the value for pi by 3? Pi by 3. What is pi by 3? Pi by 3 means 180 upon 3. So 3 ones are, 3 6 are and 0. 60 degree. So pi by 3 is 60. So 2 into 60. Yes, 2 into 60 gives you 120. So what do you get here? I'll just write down the statement once again. So now here just see in the LHS part, children, lambda, lambda, lambda. So everywhere you have the lambda part common. So you can just write down this as lambda. I'm taking the lambda part common. So what is left here? 1 upon x plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z. And this is equal to cos theta. For theta, no need to worry about anything. So just put here cos theta plus. This is pi by 3. I told you the value for pi by 3. It's 60. 180 upon 3, 60. So 60 into 2, 120. So I get here cos of 120. Cos of theta plus 120. Yes. Theta plus 120. Okay, done. Next, plus 4 pi by 3. Pi by 3, 60. Very good. 60 into 4. 6 4s are 24 and 1 0 you have to add. So you get cos of, if I write this side it's good. This side on here. So I get cos of theta plus 120 plus cos of theta plus 240. So I get lambda 1 upon x plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z is equal to cos theta plus cos theta plus 120 and cos 240 plus, you can just write as theta plus 240 or 240 plus theta. No problem. Okay, children. Let's continue further. Let's see how to simplify the sums. So I'm just going to take the RHS part. I'll just keep this, the LHS part, I'll just keep it as it is. And I'm just going to simplify the RHS part. So now is the thing that you have to apply your previous knowledges, previous concepts over here. So this is equal to, therefore, I'll just write down here one step. Lambda 1 by x plus 1 by y plus 1 by z is equal to cos theta as it is plus. Now this is cos of a plus b. You have to apply the identity. Cos of a plus b. What is the identity? Cos a, cos b minus sin a, sin b. So put here. So this is cos theta, cos 120 minus sin theta, sin 120. Next, plus, again apply the identity, theta plus 240, cos of a plus b. So cos a, cos b minus sin a, sin b. Cos a, cos b minus. When you have plus, you have to put minus. When you have minus, you have to put plus. Are you clear, children? So first term was cos theta. That's taken as it is. Now here you have theta plus 120. So I am going to apply the identity cos of a plus b or cos of alpha plus beta. So I get cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. Again I am going to apply the same identity over here. Okay, children. Now let's try to simplify the sums further. Okay. Now this is cos of 120 degree and we have already done such type of sums. We cannot find out the angle for cos 120 degree. So we will split the angle and we'll try to find out the answer for it. Okay, children. So I'm just going to work out the rough part here. So first is cos 120. So how can you write cos 120? This can be written as cos of 90 plus 30. Do you agree with this? Cos of 90 plus 30. Now, children, just tell me, we have to do two things. Do you remember the two things? First of all, check whether it's an odd multiple or an even multiple. Then you have to check the sign of the functions using the ASTC. All students take chocolate rule. Okay. So now, we have a number 90. 90, is it an even multiple or an odd multiple? Odd multiple. How you get it's an odd multiple? 90 into 1 gives you 90. That means this number is a odd multiple. So when you have an odd multiple, what happens? The function changes. So cos will change to sin. Okay, done. So we have got the answer. But still, we have not completed our work. We have to find out the answer. For the sign, yes, we have to check out the sign. So now just see here, children. I'm just going to draw a quadrant. Now this is 90 plus 30. 90 plus 30. So this is 90 over here. 0 to 90 in the first quadrant plus 30. Plus 30 means where it is going to move. I am going to add 30 means it will come to the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, all students take chocolate. The second quadrant you have sine and cosec to be positive. But here what is the function? The function is cos. So what is the sign for cos here? It's minus. So you get minus sine 30 degree. So what is cos of 120 degree? It's minus sine 30. Clear, children? Okay. Now let's move to the next one. Same manner you find for sine 120. Come on. Let's find for sine 120. So what do you get for sine 120? Sine 120 can be written as sine of 90 plus 30. See, once the first sum if you do, you can just do it directly. Now sine will change to cos because this is the odd multiple. So sine changes to cos 30. Okay. Now this is 90 plus 30 means it is going to lie in the second quadrant. And what is the sign over here? That is, what is the sign for sine? Yeah, positive. So you will have your plus cos 30. So two things I have found. I have found 120. I have found 120. Now let me find cos 240 and sine 240. So cos 240, 240. So 90, 180, 270. So I'll take this number. This is the closest one I'll take. 270 minus 30. So put here sine of, this is cos, yes. So put here cos of 270 minus 30. Cos of 270 minus 30. 270. 1, 2, 3 are. 3 are means odd multiple. If it is an odd multiple, cos will change to sine. Yes. 30. I have to check for the sine. That's a very important thing that we have to do. 270. So 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 180 to 270. This is 270. Are you getting my point? 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 180 to 270. And then you have to come minus 30. Minus 30 means you have to move in a clockwise direction. Yeah, so you have to come back for minus 30 degree. So minus 30 means somewhere it will lie in the third quadrant. Because this is 270 children. So 270 minus 30. So minus 30 means if it is more than 90 only, I'll go to the next quadrant. This is minus 30. So I'll be, that means the angle will be lying in the same quadrant. So 270 minus 30. So somewhere in the third quadrant. What is the function? It's cos. And you know that in the third quadrant, tan and cot are positive and the remaining thing are negative. So you'll get minus sine 30 degree. Get minus sine 30. So cos 270 minus 30 is 270. So it's a odd multiple. So cos will change to sine. Then you have to come to 270 minus 30. So minus 30 means in the third quadrant. So here it's negative. Coming to the last one, sine 240 degree. So same manner. So cos sine of 270 minus 30. So sine will change to cos because it is an odd multiple. 93s are. So odd multiple. So sine will change to cos. Anyway, in the third quadrant, it is going to be negative. So minus cos 30 degree. Okay, let us substitute the values. This is equal to cos theta. Just put here cos theta plus cos theta. What is cos 120? Minus sine 30. Minus sine 30. Minus sine theta. Sine 120 cos 30. Cos theta, cos 240 minus sine 30. This is minus sine theta minus cos 30. Okay. Let's continue. So we have just substituted the value. So I have substituted the value for cos 120, that's minus sine 30. For sine 120 cos 30, 240 minus sine 30, and for sine 240 minus cos 30. So let me simplify it further. See, the sums are like very easy, but we have to, it will be confusing. It should be clear with the concepts. And let's go slow, no need to hurry. So this is equal to, you have to just write down below this equal to sign. Okay, children? Just keep the LHS part as it is. So this is equal to cos theta. This is minus. So I'll put here minus cos theta sine 30 degree. This is minus. So no need to worry here. Minus sine theta cos 30. Complete the remaining steps. Yeah, you can be, it's visible, yes, children? You want, I'll write it down, no problem. So minus sine theta cos 30. This is minus, okay, so this, I'll put here minus sign. Put here plus and then put a sign. Plus sign is missing. Put a plus sign and then you write the term. So you get minus of cos theta sine 30. And minus minus will give you plus sine theta cos 30. So minus sine theta cos 30 and plus sine theta cos 30 gets cancelled. So what is left at the last? Cos theta minus 2 cos theta sine 30 cos theta sine 30. So minus 2 cos theta sine 30 is left. Clear? Are you clear with this part, children? So it's a odd multiple, so function will change. Go for the sign, check for the sign. Again, you have to check for the sign and the odd multiple or even multiple. So substitute the value. So we have here 1 minus sign. So the plus will turn to minus. We have 1 minus sign, so that's not a problem. We have only 1 minus sign, so plus into minus will change to minus. We have 2 negative signs, so it will turn to plus. So minus sine theta cos 30 plus sine theta cos 30 gets cancelled. We have minus cos theta sine 30 minus cos theta sine 30. So it will be taken as cos theta minus 2 cos theta sine 30. Okay, children, I am just going to substitute the values. Let me substitute the values. So what I get when you put the value? What is the value for cos sine 30? It's 0 half. So cos theta minus 2 cos theta into half. So 2 gets cancelled. So cos theta minus cos theta gives you 0. I have found the answer over there. So I'll just put the value over here. So therefore, lambda 1 by x plus 1 by y plus 1 by z is equal to 0. But I don't want 1 by x plus 1 by y plus 1 by z. I want the answer in terms of x plus xy plus yz plus zx. So you just take the LCM. Now here x is present, so multiply by yz. So lambda yz. Here y is present, so you have to multiply by xz. Z is present, so you will multiply by xy. You know this, children, yes? X is here, so yz is missed. Y is here, so xz is missed out. And z is here, so xy is missed out. Upon xyz is equal to 0. So I'll take this to the side. I'll get lambda yz plus xz plus xy is equal to 0. The lambda will be taken down. So I get yz plus xz plus xy is equal to 0. We can just arrange it in a proper order. So xy plus yz plus zx is equal to 0. So we have found the value for xy plus yz plus zx. So henceforth. Yes, it was a lengthier sum, yes, children. Lengthier sum, and you have to just apply the concept. So we have completed our sum number 16. And what is the homework, children? The homework will be sum number 14, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24. You have to complete these sums. This is not a heavy work for you. You have to just use your identities and you have to get your answers. Okay, children? And we will be continuing with the remaining sums in the next class.